Try not to leave them in a state of hyper. Try to leave them in a state of relaxing. Hi! I wanted this video to be a little bit more relaxed, so welcome to my channel. My name is Elina. I hope you've had a fantastic day or night whenever you're watching this. Hope you're doing well. I know it's been quite tough with the COVID, and I know a lot of people been finding this COVID time a great time to get a puppy, and that's amazing. It's amazing if COVID has given you an opportunity to get a puppy. Now, I do want to remind everyone that the situation as it is most likely not going to stay as it is 100%. So we're gonna find some kind of middle ground, I'm sure, on how things are done, how our work is done and everything. And now if you've gotten a puppy while you've been at home and you're now struggling to leave to work because your dog doesn't know how to be alone by himself, herself. So, and I get that. That's absolutely okay. I think it's a perfect time to get a puppy, the COVID. But I also hope that people then realize that, you know, there's going to be that moment that when people go back, that we need to plan for. Now, if that moment has arrived already, or you're struggling, there are a couple of things that I want to tell you that could help you. It's going to need some time, so you need to practice this. And yeah, it's a couple of things. First one, start very small. So maybe you've been doing this already. So when you've gone to the grocery store, go like everyone goes to the grocery store. So everyone leaves the house. But let's take that back even further. Don't make the leaving the house a big deal. So if you go outside, you just go. I've told my dogs, I say, I'm going to work. I'm going to give them a treat. I have quite specific treats that I give my dogs at this point. And they know that, okay, she's going away. She's going to be away for a little while. And don't make a big fuss about you leaving. Just very calmly, okay, I'm going to go to work now. Give a little treat and then just leave. Go outside the door, like actually walk 2 or 3 meters out of the door. And then just count to 10. And then return. And when you return, don't make a big deal about you returning. It's important that this is a calm thing that you do. It's important that you establish that this is nothing. You coming home is nothing. You leaving the house is nothing. You start by doing that. Very small intervals. Let's say you do that 3 times, like, let's say 10 seconds, or you count to 10, and then you do sets of 3 times a day. So let's say you, in the morning, after you've gone to pee, so take your dog outside. Don't so take the dog out, come back inside, take their food. Preferably, you don't have to give them the breakfast first. Take part of that food and just like, I'm gonna go to work now. Be a good boy. Give the treat and just leave. No fuss, just leave out of the door. Walk, and it's important that you actually walk a little bit out because dogs can hear. So it makes the point of you actually walking a little bit out of the, and then come back. And then do that. And you have to be consistent. Now this is the key. The consistency is the key. It's like in exercising in yourself or learning something new. Consistency is the key. So do that. And then slowly extend that time. And at some point you just start going like grocery stores. But I know some of you might come very quickly. So you're just like, okay, tomorrow I have to go to work. It's going to be hard. But it's important that you practice that leaving even though you would go. Now, the things that you can do when you leave your dog home, when you leave, is to try not to leave them in a state of hyper. Try to leave them in a state of relaxing. They can have something to chew on. because chewing is relaxing. So when they use their back teeth, that's kind of has a calming effect, relaxing effect. So you want to make sure that your dog doesn't, you don't give them something that really hypes them up, but they are sort of calm when you leave. And then if your dog is really struggling, I'd say that if you can make the space smaller where they are, there are certain standards, so not like really, really tiny space, but if you have like a separate room where you can put your dog so that if he sort of goes bonkers, he's not going to completely break the house, and you're going to save a little bit of money by just fixing one room or one door instead of the whole house. So smaller space so that your dog doesn't have all the house to wander. That could feel hard for them to be alone in that big house. I put on a radio always, so even when I'm training, it's like a routine. I put on the radio and I leave the house, so the radio is kind of a background. It's to help to kind of, if you have a lot of people walking past your door, outside doors, so let's say if you live in an apartment, the noise is supposed to make it a little, or it helps to kind of blend in all the other noises. And then third thing, get a camera to film your dog while you're away, because there's a microphone and you might be able to speak back to your dog. Some dogs might, go all crazy when they hear your voice, but some dogs do find it helpful when they hear the owner's voice. It's really hard to give exact sort of tips on a very short amount of time, but I'll try and make videos of the steps closer. But this is kind of like just thinking about it, that when you're teaching dog, it doesn't have to be this COVID thing. In general, when you get a puppy, important to teach your dog to be okay with you leaving the house. It's more about the fact that when you leave the house, that it's okay for them to just be at home and wait for you, instead of you leaving the house and they go like, oh my god, it's happening, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. Okay, I hope you find this video interesting, helpful. Yay, hope you enjoyed that little bit of information that I had for you today. It's a little bit more relaxed environment even for me today. And yeah, if you have any questions, put comments below. I'll try and get back to you. I'll put a link on this video about any products that I recommend for you to get for your dogs. I'm updating that list constantly, and I want to remind you that those will be affiliate links. So if you do end up purchasing something at no cost to you, I will get a little commission out of it, and I would much appreciate that as your support. So if you are looking for some products for your dog or for your training or anything, that you would support me by going through that link. Okay, hope you have a fantastic day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.